What's going on, world? It's your boy Mario here with a video for you. Um, and I apologize in advance. I don't mean to go so deep today, but I saw a post yesterday that will forever have a place in my heart. And the post was by a homegirl that I went to school, a lady that I went to school with, and basically to paraphrase, it said to love your parents while they're still living because there are. That's pretty much the whole post. That's what it's about. It's like there's so many people out there that wish they can give their parents a hug or one more time or just have a talk to. And she's absolutely right. She is absolutely on the money. I speak from experience. For those who know me, know my story. I was adopted. I didn't grow up with my parents, and basically, there are days where I wish I could just sit down and talk to them. Like I feel like I'm messing up, and I just need that. Hey, like listen, you're moving wrong. You need to move like this, and I just need that guidance. And they're not around for me to pick their brain or sit down with them and talk to them. And I miss it. I miss it, man. So she absolutely had a point to love your parents while they're still alive. Like the phrase goes, give people the roses while they can still smell them. Meaning if you appreciate them, if you love them, what they're doing for you, there is no shame in going up to your parents or anybody who have played a major role in your life coming up and saying, hey, I appreciate you. Thank you for what you've done for me. I love you. Without you, I wouldn't be here. Doesn't cost a dime. Doesn't take energy to show appreciation for the people who, especially for the people who gave birth to you. You know what I mean? I see so many times, and I get so pissed off with with children or adults, even for that matter, that go they're at odds with their parents. They beefing with their parents. It's like, oh, my parent did this, oh, my parent did that. I'm gonna tell you on some real shit. When you walk up to that casket and you looking at the person who gave birth to you and they're not able to respond, none of that shit y'all was beefing over is gonna matter. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So, love them, man. I tell you my story. So, my Aunt Donata, who adopted me, I keep saying that, like, yeah, my Aunt Donata, who's pretty much my mother, she passed away when I was 18. She didn't go to my high school graduation. There's some things in the story that I'm not going to talk about, that I'm not going to discuss, that went on, and basically her and I, we didn't we didn't see eye to eye, and some problems arose, and she passed on. It never gets any easier, guys. It never gets any easier. Like to this day, like I don't know how many of y'all saw my story about the song that we used to sing. I was hurting. I was hurting. I would have loved to hear that song, as goofy as it may sound. Come on, really? As goofy as they may sound it, I would have loved to hear that song at least one more time, just to hear her voice, or just to to get a hug from her. So don't ever take those moments for granted at all, because there's going to come a day. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. There's going to come a day where they're no longer there. And again, you walk into that funeral home or that church, you go up to that, and you're just watching. None of the stuff that you were arguing about, none of the stuff that you were mad about is going to matter. You're going to actually wish you had that back. All of it, the good and the bad, just to have that person around in your life. That's how it goes. So don't ever take it for granted. Yeah, I miss my Aunt Donata so much, man. Like that video, the last video I posted, I didn't look at the camera because I literally cried my eyes out because I just wanted to talk to her. I just wanted to say, hey, I, I think that's what it did it for me. The fact that I'm traveling the world. She knew I could flip, and that was her dream. She would want to travel the world. She used to do this Tina Turner impression, and she would always tell me, Mario, when I make it big, when I make it famous, I'm going around the world, and I want to take you with me. She would say this to me. It's like, you want to come? My answer was always, yeah, I want to go. I want to go wherever you go. You're my guardian, so wherever you go, I go. And it hurts me that she never got to see her dream. So I guess through me, I'm living that dream for her. She wanted to travel the world. I'm doing the cruise ships. I got a name tattooed on my arm. My left arm is my first tattoo ever. And people ask me, it's like, what do your tattoos mean? I have my auntie on this arm. I got my mother and father on this arm. And they ask me, like, well, what do your tattoos mean? And I tell them, I say, they're with me everywhere I go. Everywhere. They're with me through my ups. They're with me through my downs. They're with me. They are my strength. Even though they're not here anymore, they are my strength. And I wish that I could look them in the eyes as a man today and say thank you. Times wasn't always the best, y'all. I'll be honest with you. You know me. I keep it 100. Times wasn't always the best, but I'm glad that I had the times that I did. I just wish they was here to see it. I just wish they was here to see everything, man. So again, don't ever take that for granted. And yeah, because once they gone, man. It's like I didn't grow up with my mother. I didn't grow up with her at all. She would call me every year for my birthday. And it wasn't until I was about 16, 17 when I was in high school. She used to live right down the street from the school I went to. So I used to go normal route, but I would leave the house early so I could go spend some time with her. So I'd sit around the house. It was her, my Aunt Vina, my grandpa at the time, God rest his soul. And I would just sit with her. And just sit with her and watch TV and just hang out. Just because I'm her son. And then she would look at the clock and be like, hey, all right, like, time to go to school. I don't want you to be late. And I'd be like, yeah, Mom, okay, I got it. And I would go to school. And that would be the jump start of my day, every day. Even after school, come home. Before I went home, make a stop at her house, go sit with her for a little bit, make sure she was okay, everything was good, and then I go home. The day that I had to walk into that funeral home, y'all, that shit tore me up. I wrote a poem about it. I'll work up enough courage to try to share it, but it's hard because I can't get through it. I get to a certain point and I just get emotional with tears because I don't feel like I should have had to write that poem. I feel like I should be calling her right now and be like, hey, I don't know what you're doing, but if you're free, let me take you somewhere. Let me put you on this cruise. Let me take you in, Dad. Because you deserve it. And I appreciate you. I know we didn't grow up together, but you're my parents and I will always love you. You're my auntie, I will always love you. You know what I mean? Like, it hurts, man. It never gets any easier. Like, again, I apologize for being so deep, y'all, but cherish your parents. Cherish your parents, man. Like, that's probably why I've been so messed up the last couple of weeks, because they've been so heavy on my head. And I guess another thing is I have I got questions that I never get the answers to, of why things went down the way they did. And I guess it's best that I don't know the answer, but as an adult, you kind of want to know so you can You know, for me personally, I feel like I'm missing a part of my life. Like I skipped a whole bunch of chapters and now I'm here. But I would, I know it's gonna sound bad, but I would like to go back. They say don't never look back, only look forward. But I got some questions that'll never be answered, y'all, and that hurts. That really, really hurts. So, again, I know I'm like 10 minutes in. Cherish your parents. Cherish them. Because there's going to come days where life is kicking you down day after day after day, and you won't know how to handle that shit. You just gonna want your parents. True story. True story. And it goes vice versa too. Children, kids, respect your parents. Respect your parents. They work hard to give you everything that you ask for. All they ask for is respect. Clean up around the house. Do your chores. Just listen. Obey. That's the word I'm looking for. Obey. Obey your parents. Love your parents. They're there for you. You know. And I guess that's the thing that jumping off subject, that kills me with some of y'all youngsters out here. Because y'all out here gang banging, shooting, killing. And y'all got two parents at home. Loving parents. That'll do anything for you. But you want to be so tough. You so stuck on trying to get that street credit. Listening to what these other dudes that really don't give a fuck about you tell you what to do and when to do it. Meanwhile, your parents is telling you what to do to give you a better life, showing you the way. But you don't want to listen until it's too late. That ain't the way to go. I'll tell you right now. That's not the way to go. Your parents are there for you. They will never be against you. You may think they're against you because they're being so tough on you. But let me tell you something. I got many ass whoopings as a kid. Many ass whoopings. I used to get teased for getting my ass whooped. That's how, it's like I would do stuff and people just knew. Oh, Mario Zanti's coming up. He's about to get beat down. I ain't talking about this little spank like, haha, no. I got beat. But guess what? You don't see me in jail. I'm not on the streets. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm working for a cruise company, y'all. A cruise company. And that's because I had discipline and I listened. And when the days I didn't listen, I made sure she never had to say shit again. You hear me? So, again, parents, everybody, young and old, I don't care who you are. Love and respect your parents, no matter what you're going through. Because tombstones don't talk back. It's your boy Mario, man. I'll holler at y'all later.